Last Saturday, I tried to bake bread, just regular bread, and somehow I almost burned down my kitchen. Sarah was there. Sarah, tell him what happened.
He called me screaming, "The dough is attacking me." I've never run so fast in my life.
And that's exactly where we're starting today, because whether you almost burned your kitchen or just watched Netflix, you need to know how to talk about your weekend in English. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Speak English with Alex. I'm your host, Alex, and sitting across from me is someone very special, someone who witnessed my baking disaster, my wonderful friend, Sarah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, and yes, I witnessed the great bread explosion of 2026.
It wasn't an explosion. It was a rapid, unscheduled expansion of dough.
Alex, it covered your entire oven. It was crawling toward the edge like a movie monster.
And this, dear learners, is how real conversations start. Not with perfect grammar, not with textbook sentences, but with stories. Real, messy, human stories.
Today, we're going to show you exactly how to talk about your weekend. The good, the bad, and the dough covered.
No scripts, no robot English, just two friends talking. And by the end of this video,
you'll be able to tell your weekend stories with confidence.
So, Sarah, how was your weekend? For real, start from Friday night.
Okay. My weekend was, honestly, a roller coaster.
Ooh, I love roller coasters. Tell me everything.
Friday night, I was so tired from work. You know that feeling when you just want to disappear into your couch?
The couch melt. Yes, absolutely.
So I ordered food. Terrible decision. I ordered from a new place and...
No, don't tell me.
It was cold, the rice was hard, and they forgot my spring rolls, Alex. My spring rolls.
Not the spring rolls. That's a crime against humanity.
I know! So Friday night, disappointment. 0 stars.
Okay, but Saturday you came to my apartment. You witnessed the dough monster.
Saturday morning, Alex calls me, and he doesn't say hello. He just screams.
Sarah, the dough's alive! Come quick!
I thought someone was hurt. I ran 3 blocks. 3 blocks, Alex.
And when she arrived...
Flour everywhere. On the counters, on Alex's face, on the ceiling. How did dough get on the ceiling?
It expanded with enthusiasm.
So we cleaned for 2 hours. 2 hours! And then we ordered pizza because the kitchen was a disaster zone.
But here's the important part for our learners. Sarah just told me about her weekend using...
past tense.
Yes, I was tired, I ordered food, it was cold, we cleaned. All past tense, all natural.
And I also showed emotion. Disappointment about the spring rolls, panic about the dough, and happiness when the pizza arrived.
Feelings make stories real. Always add your feelings. Okay, my turn. My weekend was actually really beautiful after the dough disaster.
Oh, tell us.
Sunday morning, I woke up early, 6:30 a.m., and I didn't plan anything. I just went outside.
You? Outside before 9 a.m. on a Sunday? Who are you?
I know, shocking. But listen, I walked to the park near my house, and there was this old man feeding birds.
Old man feeding birds? Very classic Sunday morning scene.
Exactly. And I sat on a bench, just watched him. The birds would come, he would smile, they would fly away, he would throw more seeds.
That sounds peaceful.
It was. And then he saw me watching and he waved, so I walked over.
You talked to a stranger? Alex, the introvert.
I know, but something about Sunday mornings makes you brave. His name is George. He's 82. He's been feeding those birds for 15 years.
15 years? Every Sunday?
Every Sunday, rain or shine. He told me his wife used to come with him, but she passed away 2 years ago. Now he comes alone, but he talks to her while he feeds the birds.
Alex, that's beautiful.
I sat with him for an hour. He told me about his life, his children, his garden. I told him about my bread disaster. He laughed so hard.
George sounds wonderful.
He is, and I almost missed that moment. I almost stayed home, scrolled on my phone, wasted the morning, but I didn't. I went outside, I talked to a stranger, and I made a friend.
See? This is what weekends can be, not just parties or big adventures. Sometimes the best moments are quiet ones.
And now I have a new Sunday tradition. I'm going to visit George every week.
With bread?
I'm buying bread from now on. No more baking. Okay, let's pause here. Sarah and I just shared real stories. Now let's break down how we told them.
First rule, start with how you felt.
I said I woke up early, but more importantly, I said it was beautiful and peaceful. Sarah said her Friday was disappointing.
Feelings first, then facts.
Second, use specific details.
Not just I ate food, but the rice was hard and they forgot my spring rolls.
Not just I met someone, but George, 82, feeds birds for 15 years since his wife passed away.
Specific details paint pictures in people's minds.
Third, include a small problem or surprise.
My problem, cold food and missing spring rolls.
My surprise, George's story about his wife.
Problems make stories interesting. Perfect weekends are boring.
Fourth, use time words. Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday, then, after that, finally.
Time words help people follow your story.
And fifth, end with a reflection. What did you learn? How did you change?
Alex learned to buy bread, not bake it.
And I learned to say yes to quiet moments. What did you learn, Sarah?
I learned that bad food doesn't ruin a weekend because Saturday with you cleaning dough off the ceiling was actually really fun.
Oh, Sarah.
Don't get emotional, we have a video to make.
Okay, learners, now it's your turn. But don't worry, we'll do it together.
I'm gonna ask you questions. You answer in your head, or better yet, out loud.
Question 1. How was your Friday night? Did you relax, go out, work, eat something delicious, or disappointing?
Question 2. What did you do Saturday morning? Wake up early or sleep late? See anyone? Go anywhere?
Question 3. Tell us one specific moment from your weekend, one small thing that happened, good or bad.
Question 4. How did you feel during that moment? Happy, tired, surprised, annoyed?
Final question. If your weekend was a movie title, what would it be?
Mine would be The Spring Roll Tragedy.
Mine would be Dough Monster Meets George.
I'd watch both.
Now, here's the important part. In the comments, write one sentence about your weekend. Just one. Start with my weekend was and finish the sentence.
I'll go first in the comments. I'll write, my weekend was disappointing at first, but ended with laughter and pizza.
And I'll write, my weekend was a disaster that turned into a friendship.
Now you go write yours. We'll need them, we'll reply. We want to know your stories.
You know, when I started learning languages, I was so afraid to speak. I thought my stories weren't interesting enough. My grammar wasn't perfect enough.
What changed?
Someone told me something I'll never forget. They said, your story is the only one like it in the entire world. No one else has lived your life. No one else has your perspective. Your story matters.
That's beautiful.
It's true. Sarah's spring roll disaster, only she lived it. My bread monster and George, only I lived it. And your weekend, whatever happened, even if you stayed home and did nothing, that's your story. Only you can tell it.
And when you tell it in English, you're not just practicing grammar, you're sharing a piece of yourself with the world.
So, here's my challenge to you. This week, tell someone about your weekend in English. A friend, a classmate, or just yourself in the mirror, but tell it.
And remember, perfect English doesn't exist, but connection does, and connection happens through stories.
If this video helped you, if you felt something, if you laughed or almost cried like Sarah did when I talked about George,
I did not cry.
then please subscribe to our channel. Click that button. Become a part of the Speak English with Alex family.
And leave a comment. Tell us your weekend in one sentence. We read every comment, we reply to every comment, because your story matters to us.
Share this video with someone who's learning English. Maybe they need permission to tell their story too.
Next week, we're talking about something even more fun. Alex, what's the topic?
We're talking about first dates. Awkward, funny, beautiful first dates. And yes, I have stories.
Oh, I can't wait.
Until next time, my friends.
Keep speaking, keep sharing, keep being you.
Bye-bye.